At the fantastic surroundings of the Academy of Light.
That's right.
Every time a new manager or head coach or a player comes to Sunderland Football Club, they always start talking about how brilliant their training facilities are, their everyday working facilities.
This sits with the Stadium of Light. You know, this is equally as important as that. So when we came to do the Sky Media deal, you know, they became my media partner and they bought 5% new shares in the club.
Yeah.
And we raised £15 million, which doesn't seem much now, but it was then. And we used all that money towards the cost of here. And this was owned by a family, Sunderland family called Holmes, really, really nice people. And there was a big farm here. There was a dairy farm, and the generations didn't want to carry on.
Yeah.
So I bought the whole farm. We set about building the best academy in Britain at the time, and we copied a lot of Arsenal's things.
Yeah.
Not architecturally, but the manager Wenger, he really got a lot right.
Yeah.
He was a very intelligent man, but we didn't get plan permission.
Yeah.
So we had to go to appeal, and we won the appeal.
Yeah.
And
that, if I can just interrupt, that took an awful lot of work from you, because these things just don't happen by magic. Things in life don't just work smoothly. You had a lot of challenges which you personally had to overcome then, if I remember rightly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of this. It hasn't been used very well to Kieran Kim in recent years, but I'll come down and come to see Kieran, and he spent a lot of money on it, because it is moving on. He's taken it to another level, and he's invested.
Yeah.
And you know, so players come to Sunderland, they're coming to the best.
When you took over as chairman, the ground was the least of your problems. You had an awful lot of turmoil in the club. The club could have gone bankrupt, and you also had a certain Laurie McMenemy on the country's biggest wages manager. You were thrown into the deep end, Sir Bob.
What a baptism.
Tell me a little bit about those days.
I took over from Sir Tom Cowie, really, and I was a bit naive. I'd been on the board 2 years.
Yeah.
So I knew what was going on. I didn't quite know the package Laurie was on. I thought he was getting paid by sponsors and that, so that was a bit of a shock. But Tom's business was cars, and what he did, he used cars to borrow money. So people would lease cars, and they would buy them on hire purchase. So he had a vast amount of debt. He was very clever, very successful guy, good business. I was a bit naive insofar as when he went, I didn't realise the bank was going to go. So Middlesbrough had the same bank at the time as the Midlands, and they actually closed Ayson Park. So the bank manager said, right, Mr. Murray, congratulations on being chairman of the club. We want our money back now. And we're like 3 or 4 times over the overdraft limit, because Laurie was a financial disaster. You know, there's 2 things. Shouldn't have left Southampton. There was Laurie and the Titanic. I couldn't get him out for about 8 months, and then I had to personally pay him up at the end to get him out.
Roker Park, site of 99 years worth of memories at Sunderland, but obviously it was not fit for the new century.
You know, when I took the chair, I never thought I'd ever make a new stadium. It wasn't in the thing, you know. I was like, I love Roker Park. So I didn't think that would be possible, but I didn't think it'd be in Mireki. So we had, you know, 4 stands built at different times. One's on the mound, the other one's concrete with CA's got to, you know, a tight clock stand with a street a couple of yards away, and of course the Archibald Lee stand.
Of course.
And it was a no-brainer. We had to go all-seater.
Not many people will realise, when they know of the wonderful facilities here at the Beacon for the foundation, not many people might remember that back in the early days at Roker Park, before we had even the foundation, when it was the very basic football and community scheme, it ran out of the end of a terraced house opposite Roker Park. That's a massive difference, and a huge part of your legacy, as long with the stadium and the academy. How much does it mean to you to have this fantastic facility for the whole of the people of the North East and what it offers them?
Well, it's something I wanted to do, Rob, after I left the club. When I was at the stadium, we cooked 2 or 3 floors in it. It cost around about £3 million. And they're still over there. So I'll give the foundation 25-year lease on it. And they're still used today.
Yeah.
So that was a step up.
Yeah.
And to have it in the stadium was quite tremendous for the pupils. And I really wanted to do this. I wanted to do it was the hat trick, because sadly this is badly needed.
Yeah.
And you know, just like the stadium is special and the academy special, this is very special. It just happens to be the best of its type in Europe. You know, it changes people's lives, it saves lives, and we get 7,000 people through the door.
Yeah.
It takes £5 million to run the year, and what it gives back is tens of millions of pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, this building we own, you know, to build this at arm's length would be 40 million.
Yeah.
You know, we've got so much good value. I mean, the government gave me the land for £1. It was that good.
Yeah. Now, you said that you get 7,000 through the doors. I think you mean a week, is that right? A week?
Yeah.
Now, if you're a Sunderland supporter or anyone watching this film and you've never been through the doors at the Beacon, why would you advise them to come in and see for themselves what a fabulous facility it is for the people of the region?
Well, some people just come in and they get into something and they go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, there's no security on the door.
Yeah.
It's a walk-in situation. You don't even cost you anything.
Yeah.
And, you know, we change lives and we save lives. You know, we've had awful things with, you know, COVID. We've got mental illness. You know, we've got people just want to talk.
You had a tough upbringing yourself.
Yeah.
You weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
No.
You didn't have a load of advantages.
No.
And one of the things about you, in fact, I would go so far as to say the main thing about you when I think of you is that you want to try and help other people who are in a similar situation to yourself when you were born.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that's what the Beacon is all about.
It's just our people sometimes just need a bit of help in life. That's all they need. Some people don't think they've got a chance.
Yeah.
They just need a little bit of help. I came to Sunderland to give something back. I didn't come to make money here. You know, my charitable work's centred in the North East, and you know, I'm proud to be North East. I've always been that. You know, brought up in a council house. Fantastic.
Outside the Stadium of Light, at the Murray Gates, and they say dedicated to Sunderland supporters, past, present and future. And as we know from the fan statue that involve a man, a woman and 2 kids, it's very much about the supporters.
That's right.
As a support, ultimately, whether you've been chairman or not been chairman, first and foremost, you've always been a lifelong Sunderland supporter. What do the supporters mean to you?
Well, that's what it's about. It's tradition, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm really keen to preserve that. And I think, you know, hopefully with Kiro, he's very caring. He understands he's a trustee of the club for a moment in time. Yeah. So when we built the stadium, I very much wanted these gates to celebrate for our past people, our present people, and obviously for the future. So I paid for these gates, Rob, personally. It's been a privilege and honour to do that.
You make a point there, it's not the Doug Ellis stand or the Sir John Hall stand or the Majeski Stadium. You could have easily called this the Bob Murray Stadium or the Bob Murray End. Yeah. And nobody would have blamed you for doing that.
No.
But you always put other people first rather than just your own self-aggrandizement.
Yeah, it was, you know, when we named the stadium, it was really difficult because we went to the supporters referendum. It of course, New Roker Park, Monk Wearmouth Stadium, Millennium Stadium. Did a lot of research. And we came up with the Stadium Light because of our heritage, our mining. In fact, this was a pit. Out of darkness comes light. You know, this was born on the back of Durham miners. So the Stadium Light, and I've been to the one in Portugal in Lisbon. That is not the Stadium Light. Light is like Main Road, Elland Road. It is the name of the area of Lisbon. So this is a unique name, and I'm so pleased that they've kept the name. Because they haven't sponsored it.
You talk about being on the back of the mining heritage, and of course the stadium is indeed built on what was the biggest and deepest coalfield in the Durham coalfield, and the gates themselves, of course, say into the light.
Into the light. Yeah.
Very important.
Very important.
For a lot of people, it's the only stadium they've known. You and I have known both stadiums, but you know, Roker Park and here. This is a fantastic stadium, but when you come into it, Do you still get a thrill all these years later, just when you walk through the doors of the stadium and come to see a match here?
Yeah, you know, particularly when it's full, Rob. I mean, I get so much thanks for the 3 things I've done, but one of the things I think I've done is that when I took over, we had 14,000 crowds, and it was very male and old.
Yeah.
When I saw the game recently, and it's full, and it's full of ladies and children, I've got a big admirer of Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
They're a family club.
Yeah.
They're a community club, not like Real. And I've been there, and they wear red and white stripes as well, strange enough. And this club is so special. You know, the fact it can't be a club more loved. There can't be a club more loved, and the tradition and everything in the future. So when I see the vast crowds, I mean, we've had a decade, 12 years of neglect.
Yeah.
We lost a generation.
Yeah.
But to me, it's about the people and the support and the passion. You know, it's wonderful.
You've done a great job for the football club in terms of the stadium, the academy, the beacon, and now the book, I'd Do It All Again, for people to read, and the benefits of that will all go to the beacon.
Oh, obviously the beacons depend on supporters' support, and we know that. You know, the beacon is with Kirill now. We joined at the Hill. We share databases. Kirill's a trustee. We work together in partnership, which is wonderful in the way it should be. But the book's £20. All the £20, Rob, goes to the foundation. We're covering all the costs by whatever means. So the £20 goes to them. And I hear it's a good read. It's got a good review.
It'll open the eyes, I think, of a lot of Sunderland supporters, even ones that are already very knowledgeable about the club. It's an absolute must read. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Rob.
Congratulations
Thanks for the
on the book.
opportunity. Thank you.
Cheers.